Hello everyone at YouTube. I just wanted to do a video blog and talk about some stuff this week and keep the videos coming. Anyways, this is my ripped apart Compex cords to normal auxiliary, little Radio Shack thing. That's for the Pulse Technologies pads. After my originals broke a few times, and pin connections are a little bit different, but it works well. Paul concurred on that too. Then I've got myself opened up here, and I've got the virtual clinic open. I have a virtual clinic hooked up here, so we can do some testing. This is a cool thing from Star Theory. It looks like frequencies related to chakras. And the guy who posted the photo from Star Theory, he'll probably, tell me that's exactly what it is, or that I'm an idiot. Alright, and I haven't done a Zyto video forever too. It's been a really long time. And I'm still using the LSA Pro. I haven't moved on to the Elite 5.0. I just have problems with the software, as in where a 40-minute session takes me 50 minutes. A 1-hour session would take me, an hour and 15 minutes. Things are not as easy to access whatsoever. These are all, like if it says Cinzy here, those are my collections. Zyto Corps are, obviously Zytos. And this is just like what I deem the most important chemicals and pesticides. There's 340 stressors there. These are like pulsed LED frequencies, and those are all things that I put in a computer using the tower there. Pulsed LED is this guy. It's 7 watts. It pulses up to 200,000 times a second. Where the plasma, not turned on right now, is up to 50,000 watts. And it's actually going up a little bit higher. It's advertised at 100,000 hertz. Got it at 205,000 hertz. And I don't know, it seems to improve over time, so hopefully maybe get a little bit higher frequency sometime out of it. Back to these lists and what they are. Do some work for a nutrition store, and so I have a basic big list stuff over 1,000 stressors or so, and it's tailored out to be about an hour long when I do that, and the 1,100 supplements or so that I have from them. That's Warren's supplements. The TCM acupuncture I have as a list for a much bigger organ support protocol, because for every acupuncture point relating to an organ, there's about 18 or 30 or so points compared to the one point that's in the metals, organs, spine, and hormones, wherever that sucker is. Yeah, right there. Microorganisms, there's 70 fungi, 117 viruses, and about 300 bacteria. It's probably 280 or something. The bucket of truth, that's a UCB inside joke, but it has to do with emotions, and it has to do with belief balance statements. That's the Bruce Lipton stuff, that the way you feel is making you sick. So chemicals and pesticides, we'll just add those, and we can add them all at the same time. I'm going to tag this with Biomeridian too, because I think Biomeridian sucks because there's 15 stressors or so. And I've got way more stressors, 10 times as many stressors in every single collection that I have. I have a slow computer running on. So yeah, I'm not connected to this computer whatsoever, but I am connected to my Compact. So I says hi to myself, and I want to be polite, like, see, and you can see that'll line up on there, and you know, the test is going, and you know, when we get to the end of the results, I usually share, you know, the first top 2 of them or something. I'll share, you know, all the ones that I deem significant. I don't want to give people a list of like thousands of problems. You know, keep it around 100 or something of things that are actually significant. That's a lot more important to me. My favorite thing to do with this is the frequencies. Some people like to do supplements though a lot. It just kind of depends on if you've got something to treat yourself with or not. If you don't have a PFG, or you don't have a plasma, or a competitor's Rife machine, then yeah, you're going to want supplements. And sometimes supplements they're going to be necessary anyways. The chlorophyll, I said that wrong. Chlorella is necessary for the heavy metal detox. That's for like the mercury, cadmium, lead, and the high frequency CAFL library that you can download from pulsetechnologies.com /downloads. That works apparently real well. You just need something to absorb the metals after you vibrated them loose. Another thing, the Candida, when you're running those programs and protocols, then charcoal is very essential. Charcoal is essential for Lyme too, I think, because when you're breaking apart microorganisms, they form a debris, and sometimes neurotoxins, or only neurotoxins, and you want to take care of those right away before they have a chance to do any damage. And same thing with the heavy metals. The heavy metals, you don't want them freed up again. You don't want them liberated from the water clusters or lipids that are in your body without absorbing them somewhere else and detoxing them. So when people are running their chelation, I've been doing a lot of heavy metal work, and I feel pretty safe doing that, but normally stay far away from doing the heavy metals on people who I know won't take any supplements whatsoever. So assessment ended here. And I'll show you what I mean by taking care of things that are more significant. My range, which is right here, that range only means that, you know, half of this list of 340 items was under 4. It's between 4 and -4. And half of the things were above +4 combined with below -4. But to see things that are really significant, you know, to keep this list small, I'm going to make it, you know, 24. I do that for a couple reasons. One, I don't want to, you know, worry about every single thing, and well, I guess that's basically the only reason. Oh, lead. That's not good. What did I get into? It's a positive, which I call a weakened frequency, because it says it obviously reacted. It didn't go through my body and do nothing at all, but running the frequency on myself would be good, and it would probably liberate that, and I would need to in turn have something to detox that from my body. So no one's perfect, but my range is pretty good. Oh, and then lead comes up again. Been eating paint chips, I guess. Oh, the P3 Pro list, we're into the library now. We're into my specific library. I'm going to delve into Zyto Corp's. Zyto has a frequency library too. I'll show you some differences. Both of these are frequencies, so quite a few channels there. Due to frequencies, basically 1 through 1,000, and then you have common frequencies, of which there is maybe 70, 80, 97. Not a big list. Most of them, well, they're all over the place. There's some of them that are too high. I can't even run them. Not that I've got the like a Robin or whatever that one is that does 20 megahertz. But yeah, above the 300,000 mark is radio frequencies, and it's not good to run on yourself every day, from what I understand. Going back to my library, it's Cinzy P3 Pro lists. These started out as being the private library lists from Pulse Technologies. You have to either get it from a doctor's office or be a doctor's office to, or work at a doctor's office to get these frequencies. So, heavy metals came up, and then heavy metals I shall run. This AHFC, if you were wondering, is Advanced High Frequency Calculator. And that's where I take some low base numbers and maybe some Delaware rates for those metals, and I add them all together and I look at all the harmonics. And this list I went up pretty high, I think 122,000 or something like that. I'm gonna run this, and it'll tell me, what frequency out of the 34 I should spend the most time on. This computer is not very fast. 1 gig of RAM or something. I think a lot of times these frequencies will pop up as people needing to have them. Well, maybe for several reasons. Heavy metals are popular, and the other reason is frequencies are the highest of any list that I have. Let me close this out. At some point there's going to be a drop off. And the drop off was after 20 hertz or so. So problems checked off. Frequency solutions right there. There may be some other ones. We'll see. Heavy metals, non-existent. I know I got some subcategories in here too. Wow, I'm good at clicking the mouse. Like the Delaware rates, I think the CAFL lists are, I don't know how many I have, not a whole lot, but like the original line frequencies that people like to run. Solfeggio rates, the Bartonella from the CAFL. Yeah, I think these are the high frequency CAFL and the CAFL lists. Delaware, that's going to be another one. Still nothing. I don't know. This is work for me to do at home, really. Just get some new lists in there. Organ support, lymphatic detoxification. Why not? Parasite frequencies. Sometimes people test for that, and there's really not too many at all. There's like 4 frequencies. Same with the tooth infection. 7 frequencies. So 7 frequencies out of 1,300 or so come up. Then kind of scary. Tooth infection. 4 items. If someone has a dead tooth or tooth problems, they still show up. And that's the only reason why I'm running these things still. It's because they seem to be excellent, even though I didn't admit it, that I don't understand the tower very well. And I'm just giving, they give me simplicities of how it works, and they say it works like a CD burner reading, or laser reading a CD. I was like, well, does it use lasers, or what's the mechanism? And like, we don't know. Send me the spec paper. Okay. Yeah, and all I would do there is open up my PFG Lab software. Add frequencies, and then like 28251, 80550, 32121. Add frequencies up. And this is an offline mode too, so we're not going to actually do anything. But that's what the virtual clinic's like, and that's how you would set up to run your machine if you had one at home. And this is an important note: unless otherwise cited, the frequencies are meant to be run in square. And I'll show you where otherwise cited, because they are marked. If it just says P3 Pro, it's square. There are certain lists in here, like the brain healing ramp down 50, and it'll even say if there's an offset or not. Sometimes I had to put an offset to get these things to work, I think, or for some reason I just did it because I was getting overzealous. Sweep doesn't mean anything. It just means that there's 8 Hertz that were subtracted and added to the normal list of brain healing frequencies. Brain healing square 80. See, the waveforms are all square 80. But square, like, I can run all these against myself, and I've run them a few times against people, and square comes up as the best thing to run. There's some confusion. Those aren't for the brain waves, they're for brain healing. So it's just not the same as brain waves. Or brain waves, like my relaxation frequencies, they're meant to be run in sine. Other things that are meant to be run in sine, anything but microorganisms, if they're real low rates. The Solfeggio rates are meant to be run in sine. I actually have like a whole library of just those. I'll show you how complicated it is to find things in here with just this software. CAFL, those are low rates, so I think I've got line punched in and we'll be able to see it. Low frequencies, but you'd still want them square because they're lower harmonics, and you want the square because it creates the better harmonics. The way I think of it is that you're increasing, you're going from like off to completely on in a very short period of time, and maintaining it as that on function, and then you're immediately dropping it off. But it oscillates when you drop it back off, maybe 14 times, and then you have to double that frequency at 579, 14 times, and that's where you could get something that's more effective. But why the high frequency library, which is the same thing, just converted up to the 30 to 75,000 hertz range, is better, is because you have to double the frequency a whole lot less, and they don't sting when you run them at all, because they're going so fast your body can't interpret them being on or off. This is going to take forever to upload because I've got clear wireless internet at home. But thanks for watching. Subscribe if you can, and stay tuned. I'm going to try to make these videos often.